And now for a special word from Dez Lamar.
Yeah, here's your special word. Why do you have to continue to be the LA Clippers? When I say that, I'm not talking about just your name, which you should probably change anyway, along with your location. You continue to make Clipper moves. We just finished our NBA current top 10 list. Number 10 on the list was a guy by the name of Michael Porter Jr., who, by the way, my brother said, "Hey, Dez, your team should probably draft that guy if he's available in the 2018 draft." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." He was the number one high school player coming out. He had some injury issues, the back situation. I'm be real with you. If you're not a heavier dude in today's sports, I'm not really concerned about injuries like that. Medical science is ridiculous now. They're fixing everything. The kid was 18, 19 years old. You have 2 picks in that year's draft. You have the 13th and the 14th pick in that year's draft. You're watching players come off the board. You get to 13. I know that you guys coveted Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out of Kentucky. I knew that. They're going to take him. Michael Porter Jr. is still on the board. Oh my God. I'm standing up, watching the draft. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I'm like, oh my God, my Clippers are going to have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Michael Porter Jr. in this year's draft. And the Clippers select with the 14th pick, Jerome Robinson. Jerome Robinson. Who's that? Another guard.
He's from Boston College.
Another guard.
From Boston College.
You had the opportunity to take the number one high school player, who, by the way, can you name some of the number one high school players in the history of the NBA, please, sir? Let's see. I'm sure Kareem was one.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Kobe Bryant.
Okay, all right.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett. Okay,
Tracy McGrady.
How many of those players are on that poster right there of the 92 Dream Team?
Christian Laettner.
Okay. And we chose Jerome Robinson. We had the depth to let Michael Porter Jr. sit on our bench and heal or develop or whatever it is you needed to do with him. You had that. Now, granted, we got Paul George. There's a possibility Michael Porter Jr. could have been in that trade. But the fact is, you end up giving up Shai Gilgeous and whatever else you gave up, Danilo Gallinari, I think, and all the draft picks that you can ever imagine. Maybe you would have been able to keep Michael Porter Jr. And now you got Michael Porter Jr., Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George on the same squad. It's a good problem to have. Instead of watching Jerome Robinson play in Washington. He's not even on our team anymore. He was not part of the Shai Gilgeous trade. We are the Clippers. We are the Clippers. I guarantee you the Lakers are in that same situation. They don't make that mistake. Because those are winning franchises. Winning franchises capitalize on things like that. I thought, being the fact that Jerry West was a consultant with the Clippers, that he would have said, hey, take the risk on Michael Porter Jr. You already got Shai Gilgeous. Jerome Robinson. This is Dez Lamar signing off from Studio 26.